All right, our musical artist of the year is Lee Hicks. Lee Hicks is in his 19th year as the director of bands at Pavilion High School. Since his arrival, the program has become one of the most respected and successful in Louisiana and is recognized locally, nationally, and internationally. And given the talent in Louisiana bands, that says something. He's had students go on to become musical educators themselves and professional musicians, some even playing for us tonight. He's recorded for Six Flags Entertainment, the National D-Day Museum also. Hicks has also performed professionally in New Orleans and in the Gulf South region with the LPO, the Sanger Theater Broadway Orchestra, and the Jefferson Performing Arts Broadway Pit Orchestra, and has performed with industry legends such as Bernadette Peters, Barry Manilow, and Tony Bennett.
I'm a saxophone player. I started on clarinet. I love the clarinet and saxophone. I really enjoy playing the flute a lot lately. It's hard to pick between those. My favorite instrument to listen to is the trumpet. So I was covering for Mel 1 week for Aladdin at the Sanger, and there were some really cool things about that where it was quick switches, and the challenge of making sure you can play after playing saxophone for 5 minutes straight and having to pick up a piccolo and play soft is challenging, so that's the fun part of woodwinds to me. I really enjoyed playing with Jerry Lewis because he was so down to earth and easygoing about everything. We took a break. He's one of the few that came out and actually listened to the rehearsal before he started to sing. Most of them don't come out and watch and listen. The other one that really was just kind of iconic to me was when we played at the Jazz Fest with Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. And Lady Gaga, of course, it was cool to see Lady Gaga and all her things, but it was Tony Bennett. So he's a legend, and he was one of the people on my check-off list that I hope one day I'll get to play with. And I will say that my career has been highly influenced by Mel Rogers. When I was a young woodwind doubler starting in the pits and all, Mel would come sub sometimes and sit next to me, and every time I'd sit next to Mel, I'd learn something. And eventually he started hiring me to play next to him in a lot of the other shows. It's been really cool to, over the years, grow and have him as a mentor, So as far as a musical mentor in a professional setting, he's definitely Mel Rogers. Very influential on me and my wife. My wife plays a lot of shows with us too. We all ride together. Mel means a lot to us. So being there together for this award is just over the moon for us.
First, thank you to President Mike Cooper and St. Tammany Parish government for recognizing the arts as an integral part of our community. The arts truly unite people in communities, and right now, we need a lot of that with everything that's going on in the world today. We certainly need more arts in everyone's lives. Of course, thank you to my incredible wife and our two amazing sons, Kenton and Carson. My parents are both deceased, but my stepmother is here tonight, Carolyn Hicks. They've always been so supportive of me and I love them more than anything on the earth. And they were all a big part of this award. I need to thank the St. Tammany Parish School System for their continued support of our program. Ms. Sloan and Mr. Foltz over the years were always supportive, and I know Mr. Javier is going to be so as well. Thank you to Mr. Johnny Vetrano, the administration, faculty, and staff at Pavilion High School for all the support they've given us. Over the years, I've been very lucky to have so many great mentors in my life, like Mel. And also a gentleman named Jay Haydell, who recently passed, who was like a second father to me and my wife. And Tony Frigo, who was at Rummel for a long time. I used to teach a lot of the students private lessons. They're the two that really encouraged me to go back to school and get into music education. And without them, I wouldn't have done any of this, and I probably would never have met those guys that are doing a great job over there. As a professional musician, there's so many people to thank. Mel, of course, is probably the most influential on everything we've done. We've played from Jerry Lewis, Patti LaBelle, Lady Gaga, Tony Bennett. Johnny Mathis is the most frequent flyer for our gigs. and he's always so nice. It's kind of amazing because when I was a kid in the 80s, my parents took me to see Maine at the Sanger Theater, and I remember being so blown away by the orchestra and so excited about it. So one day we were playing at the Sanger and having a rehearsal for some show, and I said, Mel, this is so cool. I remember coming here in Maine when I was a kid with my parents and being so blown away by the orchestra. He said, oh yeah, I played that. so he's very special to us. Also John Mahoney, who I've played a lot of gigs with. We're so blessed to have so many amazing and talented students in Fontainebleau High School and St. Tammany Parish as a whole. It's always my pleasure to wake up in the morning. The first thing I do every day is jazz band, and I do music the rest of the day. I teach music all day, and when there's not a global pandemic going on, I get to play music at night too, as a professional. Music is my life. That's what I do. I tell my students very often this is the thing they need to remember as they go on from high school and go on into the professional world. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's so important for what we do. Also, before I forget, it's kind of crazy when I saw Leslie Fitzmore Mitchell was going to be here tonight because she has brought our band to the Superdome to perform with the Saints on Sensations on numerous occasions. So this is pretty cool to see all these people I know. And then Ronnie Cole's wife I see is on there, and Ronnie came and performed with my jazz band at the Dewdrop last year, right? Not long before she passed. And that was a really special moment. So I'll never forget this. Thank you so much. I'll cherish this honor forever. And remember that music and the arts are essential to a well-rounded education for all students in all schools at all times. And may we keep and continue to provide those arts education for all of our kids and have the support from as many other parishes as we get in St. Tammany. Thank you so much.